Okay, let's try and do a k-means clustering in SAS Enterprise Miner. To get the software on any connected browser, you type anywhere apps, apps.niu.edu, anywhereapps.niu.edu. The login screen comes up, you agree, you use your Z number and your Novell password. It's your Blackboard login, your university login. You click OK. You might have to install a Citrix client. If you've never run NIU apps before, that's kind of a more involved process. Search on the Do It website for instructions how to run anywhere apps. Once we're here, we find SAS Enterprise Miner Workstation. This little button comes down here. You have to open the launch file. Again, this is just a anywhere apps specific thing. So this little thing comes up and then it's going to say, do you want to allow this program to run? So again, this is nothing to do with SAS so far. We say permit use. This is all just to use this cloud-based software. So anywhere apps, as an NIU student, you have access to all this software, which is quite nice. So up it comes eventually. It's a big piece of software. And I have taken the liberty ahead of time of inputting the age and IQ data that we used in our studio. I put it into an Excel spreadsheet so I could import in Excel. So you could just type it in. I mean, I have that R file linked on the website. So I just copied and pasted the two vectors, and I have a little age IQ with 12 data points. So that's already in. Up comes SAS. Let's make it fit here, if I can. Fit onto your screen so you can see what's going on. So SAS Enterprise Miner. Pretty intuitive for the most part. Like you might expect, you have to make a new project. So we're going to make a new project. And what are we going to call it? I'm going to call it Video Demo. Should I date it? Let's date it. It is 2/17. It's Friday. I'm doing this for you. And where do you want to put it? This is your file on the remote cloud server. I've created a folder called OMIS 694. Just remember where you've put it, but that's remote in my Z number. So you got to know where you can find it. We're working on the cloud here. So we've created a project. Once we've created a project, it'll pop up here in a second. There we go. I need to create a diagram. So this is the SAS Enterprise Miner, which is very powerful software. I right click, I say create a diagram. A diagram, let's say video demo diagram. A diagram is very analogous to the script in our studio. Remember, the script I always like because it's like my notes. It keeps track of what's going on. The difference is the diagram is a picture version, which is kind of nice. And so let's put some stuff in the picture. First, I want to put in, let's see, I want to file import. So I drag this in, and it makes a picture. It hasn't been done yet. Just like the script in our studio, you got to run that. So the file import hasn't been done. I'm going to do that, but first I got to tell its properties. So its properties, I go over here to the import file, I click on this ellipsis, and I'm going to browse from my computer. I'm going to find that file that I showed you. This one is now local. This is sitting on my, is it my E drive? We obviously have to permit all access. I don't even know. No, that's a CD drive, so that was dumb. Where is my, there it is, my flash drive. My flash drive is my F drive. I put it into OMIS classes, 694 data files, and I called it, that's just that Excel file that I made of age and IQ. So it's going kind of slow because we're running this off the cloud. Module 4 age IQ. So that's what I want to, that's the file I want to import. It hasn't been imported yet until I run that little item on the diagram / flowchart, this. So it's still not done. But the next thing I want to do is, let's see, I forget my, what do I want to do? It's not model, and I should be better. Is it explore? Yeah, explore. There's cluster. So we have association rules, we have different things. But so they consider, that's interesting, that SAS considers clustering an exploration. Remember we said it's often a prelude to establishing classes? Because over here in modeling, you got all your decision trees, regressions, stuff like this. So they actually dump clustering into explore. They still kind of see it as an exploration of the data, which I think is interesting at least. So I drag that in. Again, this you can just move this around, and I'm going to connect. You connect this to this. What you're essentially saying here is first I'll import a file, then I'll try and establish clusters. And this uses SAS uses k-means clustering, just like R. So to run this, I click on the import and I say run. It says, do you really want to run it? Yes. So running the file import means just bringing that Excel file in this case. And you can view it and all sorts of crazy stuff. I mean, obviously there's tons going on. This is just a quick video. So I import that file, and it says it's done. I don't need to see the results. The results would show me the age and IQ file. More importantly, I want to run the clustering. So I run the cluster. Do you want to run this path? Yes. So again, this is my diagram, which is like my script. It's running the cluster, and when the cluster gets run, I most certainly do want to see results, as you might expect. And this is where I kind of hit a wall. I mentioned I hit a wall, and so I made, if you can make it make sense with regard to how we were talking in class and how we ran the example, here's the results, how we ran the example in our studio, you will get 20 extra credit points on Lab 4. So let's see if I can make this whole thing. So we got a big giant results window which is not fitting in the window of the video record. But here's what makes sense to me in this output, where I know I'm on the right track. When I say view, cluster distance, and I say plot in SAS Enterprise Minor, I get a nice plot. I hope I can fit this in. What's the recording? I get a nice plot with 4 clusters, which is most certainly, can I move that? There we go. Most certainly as I would expect. And you can see this is datum point 1, 2, 3, 4. If you look back at that spreadsheet, remember it went from the young person, the 1-year-old or something, or 3-year-old, to the teenager, to the 20-something, to the 30-something. So it's, and then the next one was this. It has grouped the 4 clusters appropriately. It has seen the age and IQ clusters. What doesn't make sense to me is I need this. These were not negative numbers. Remember, the age and IQ went up correspondingly. And again, you can look back at that sheet. And this doesn't make sense. So dimension 1, dimension 2 don't make sense. These numbers, the 1 cluster was the smaller age and IQ, so I'm not sure why they're there. So we're definitely on to something. I currently don't have time to finish this. I could certainly finish this. I could obviously do a lot of things to make this work. But I'm giving it to you as an extra credit exercise. So this takes you to the 4 clusters. We're very close. Do something that makes sense, and you can get up to 20 points extra credit in Lab 4. Good luck, and we will continue to delve into SAS Enterprise Minor as we do other analytics techniques. Our focus will most certainly be on our curriculum, which uses in-database analytics, RStudio, etc. But to know and to dabble with SAS Enterprise Minor can only be an extra additional good thing for you, the data analytics and big data analytics students at NIU. Good luck with it.